All right, welcome back to KM6LYW Radio, the show about amateur radio or ham radio, reimagining radio in the information age. Hey, I'm overdue for a video because I've been working on the DigiPi project. This is an amateur radio data transceiver. So I thought I'd just make a video about a status update, maybe a beta release you guys can check out, the intrepid among you. Let's talk about it this time on KM6LYW Radio. Aha! There it is. All right, welcome back. Free bumper music, still doing it. That's some weird effects on it. All right, let's talk about it. DigiPi 2.1 Beta 3, beta release of DigiPi. So what is DigiPi and why do you care? Basically, DigiPi is an amateur radio data transceiver. It's an SD card I give to patrons of the channel. Thank you, patrons. And you put it in a Raspberry Pi. You hook that up to your radio. It could be any kind of radio. And it turns your radio into a local website. And then you can use a web browser or any kind of Wi-Fi device like this to operate your radio using data modes, moving information back and forth. So we're not going to be talking, but we're going to be doing texting, SMS, email, APRS packet, AX.25 networking, and then, of course, the HF modes like FT8, slow scan, FLDG, JS8 call. And we can do all of that with the convenience of the stuff you already have here, like your phone or your tablet, or in this case, a PC. So digipi.org to get DigiPi. So let's talk about the new beta release, some of the new features in DigiPi 2.1 Beta 3. It's not released yet, but it's close. I just wanted to share it with you guys who maybe might want to test it out. So there's no way I can do a full demonstration of DigiPi in the attention span of the average YouTube video here, but I wanted to hit a few highlights. So some of the new stuff we've got is a new Bluetooth pairing process that's completely web-based. We've got a new map, a tactical map for APRS packet radio, so you can see all the stations in your area. And then we've also got a new web chat interface. This is like the SMS or texting interface for amateur radio. It's super cool. And we've got a bunch of other little tweaks that we put in here to make this faster, more convenient, and more reliable. So let me just hit those real quick. You guys can check it out, and if you're interested in the beta, go ahead and install it, check it out, and let me know what you guys think. So even from the very beginning, we could always use a Bluetooth TNC with DigiPi. So if you had APRS Droid or something, you could hook it up to DigiPi, and it would connect just fine. But doing the pairing was just a huge hassle. It was a command line thing. It's just really non-deterministic. So the new feature here is the new Bluetooth interface. So when you click on this, you can actually you scan for new devices. It'll show you what's paired, what isn't, different devices. You can connect, untrust, trust. The new Bluetooth interface. Another cool feature is I know a lot of the iOS users have Bluetooth LE or Bluetooth Low Energy, which isn't necessarily compatible with DigiPi. Well, this Pi Bluetooth hub not only lets you pair stuff, but it actually has a bridge or a converter that converts Bluetooth LE to traditional Bluetooth, so you can use your iOS device with DigiPi now. So that was a big one, the Bluetooth pairing hub. Awesome. Okay, so next we got the map feature. I always wanted to put a map on this, and this is it right here. This actually takes a look at your live APRS feed that's coming in over RF, and it shows you all of the stations in your area. Not only just shows the stations, but it shows you how they're communicating and talking to each other in real time with all of the lines here. It's pretty cool. It gets bigger and bigger the more you leave your radio on, and it has some caching and stuff too. You can click on stuff here. It's like W6JC. When we saw him, his information. You can get the weather stations are out here. Oh, what would be cool is if we actually added the weather data to those. That would be cool. I don't know. Hey, we got KN6WQU hanging out here. He's running a DigiPi. KN6WQU, right on, man. Thanks for running a DigiPi out there towards Sacramento. So, hey, this is the map feature. You can see all of this stuff here. You can put your pin here. You see yourself. I can pin there. Zoom in. This is my station. You can do filters here for weather, GPS. Super cool. The DigiPi map is finally a reality. This is something I've wanted for so long, and I think this turned out pretty well. Let me know how this works, guys. I'll close the map there. The next cool thing is APRS web chat. we've always had a web chat interface, but it's it's been in constant development. So this is the new web chat interface. This already has a racing area. I actually know what I need to do. I actually need to start web chat first. It's like I've never used this thing before. So we start the web chat service, and then we click on the web chat launch link. And this is what web chat looks like now. Check this out. Check out all these new features. You can change your icon. I got a little house dude right now. It has the GPS capabilities now, or you can use a fixed location. So when I want to send a beacon, watch the radio, send a beacon, boom, there goes the beacon coming out, and there I am, KM6LYW. So we've got a whole new beaconing interface. That includes smart beaconing, everything you come to expect on a full-blown APRS messaging information service. If you're not familiar with APRS, it's just a way to do SMS texting with other radios. There's APRS services out there, like there's one actually called SMS, and I can send a message to a phone number or a alias. I'm not going to give you my phone number. So my alias is CL. That'll go to my cell phone and say, hey, this is a test of RF to SMS. This is such a killer interface. I can actually change the path here, send that, and we're gonna wait for it. We'll see how the transmission go out. I got the thumbs up, and my thing just beeped. Thumbs up means we got an ACK message. And then sure enough, I look on my phone or tablet here, and it says, here is the thing. Here is a test of RF to SMS, and say, this is a reply, and I'll send that out over the SMS network. And I know you're thinking, hey, this is, I can send an SMS message with a website, Craig. That's great. But what's cool about this is this does not need internet. All we have here is amateur radio, and you can see I just got the reply from my phone. So this is a total off-grid solution. What's so cool about this is it looks and works just like any other SMS app. We can even do a dark theme, if you're doing the nighttime mode. There's a tour here, for extra information, but it's just a lot of fun. It's much more user-friendly, and it really has a modern web design. So the DigiPi web chat interface, this started as the APRSD project, and this is an extension to that. What else do we got here? A lot of other cool features, like when you open, like simple stuff like when you open the packet log here, it doesn't disconnect right away. I've really tightened up the WebSockets so they don't immediately bail on you. So you never have to reconnect. The home screen loads a lot faster, so when you refresh it, boom, there it is. You see the status of all of your services that are running on DigiPi. Those were important. Another thing that I was working on was a Bluetooth TNC. This isn't going to go into DigiPi 2.1 because it's going to use this actually uses a development release of Direwolf. Yeah, it's got music too. This is where we have a wireless connection to a radio. So if your rig has a Bluetooth TNC, like this Kenwood or the Vero models or the UVR Pro, you don't even need wires. You can just connect your Raspberry Pi, or you don't connect. You pair your Raspberry Pi with the built-in Bluetooth TNC on your radio, and then you're ready to rock. So you get all of your APRS and packet features. Now, you guys are going to kill me. I'm not going to include this with the next release of DigiPi, mostly because this is a lot of development effort that went into the Direwolf itself. We work with John really to finally get this working right. And so it's in the development release of DigiPi, which isn't really ready for prime time. So maybe I'll put that out there in the beta. If you guys want to switch to it and try it out, great. If it breaks, hey, you keep both pieces, right? At least the price is right. So that is another cool feature that we are working on. Hey, we don't need to see that. Another thing I was looking at is WSJTX 3.0. I know that's out, but that might be a little, I don't know how well that's going to work with the existing stable versions of HamLib, which brings up the question of, maybe we'll have a stable release of DigiPi and a development release, because you really can't have cutting edge software and stability at the same time, right? So usually one group wants both and one wants the other, and they're somewhat mutually exclusive. So maybe we'll have two streams or something to help work with that. Hey, I would be remiss here if I did not mention my best friend, WB4BOR. He's in Virginia. Walt has been instrumental in all of this. A lot of times I will start one of these little projects like APRSD, the daemon that runs in the background, and Walt will pick it up and look at it and just make it Awesome. So he's developed the whole map thing. Walt developed. So the APRS DigiPi map it was completely developed by Walt. The Bluetooth pairing thing and the iOS low energy to Bluetooth hub, all developed by Walt. And he's an AI master. I am just an AI learner. I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic about AI because it gives me exactly what I asked for, but not what I want. So I think the future jobs in engineering are going to be able to people who can communicate with AI, and that is Walt WB4BOR. Thank you, buddy. I know you're watching. I couldn't be happier with this new mapping, all of these new features. Absolutely fantastic. I'll be working on like a map thing, hard coding stuff, and I'll spend a week on it and I'll mention to Walt, says, man, I'm just working on this map thing. And like 2 days later, he gives me this. Boom, a fantastic mapping interface for DigiPi, a tactical map interface for DigiPi. And a lot of this was created with the AI. So we're still testing this. We have no idea what this is going to do in the short term. I barely even use this, so I'm really excited about learning it myself to see what AI has actually come up with for these apps. They really are professional looking. So I'm sure this is loaded with bugs, guys. So that's why I'm making this a beta release for right now. And once this is tested, we will do DigiPi version 2.1, and it will come with all of this stuff, and it'll be in a quality that you can count on here on DigiPi. So once again, the DigiPi SD card goes to patrons of this channel at patreon.com/KM6LYW. It's really a way for me to give something tangible back to people who have contributed to this channel, and some of you have been with this from the beginning. So I really do appreciate it, you guys. You guys also make this channel ad-free. You'll notice there's absolutely no advertisements on this channel, so that has a lot to do with these guys here scrolling on your screen. And once you're a patron, you can go to digipi.org and download the SD card. We've got version 2.0 here. This is a stable release based on Debian and Trixie. It has a lot of the features that you just saw without the map and some of the new Bluetooth stuff and the newer WebChat. But all the basic functionality is there. So, but if you want the beta image, that is also out there. I'm going to put a link to it in the notes. Again, if patrons, you can snag this right now and test it out. Zero support is implied or provided, but I am interested in your feedback. Again, if it breaks, you get to keep both pieces. So DigiPi really makes it easy to do all of these data modes. There's an easy setup process, or you just go click on initialize here, you enter your call sign, a bunch of other information about you and your radio. These are all the radio interface devices here. This is an ICOM 705 in this example, but it could be a Baofeng too, and you can get like a cool, like an AIOC or something, or a Toads DI to hook up your Baofeng if you want. Digipi.org is the place to go to get a copy of DigiPi. And we only just touched on the packet modes today, right? There's different formats here, but there's other apps too, like that you would expect for your HF modes. You can do email over VHF or WinLink. You got WSJTX running in your web browser. It could be on your PC, it could be on your phone. Hey, we've got, what is this, FLDigi? That actually does Morse code. I'm awful at Morse code. JS8 call, and a host of other things, including a bulletin board. You can actually play video games using AX.25 networking. Guys, digipi.org is the place to go for all of this, and thank you so much for the support. It's really been overwhelming. This has just been a tremendous way for me to give back to everyone who supports this channel. So thank you, guys. My name is Craig, amateur radio call sign KM6LYW. I'm in California, and I'm clear.